Okay, in this video, we will talk about colonization and succession. Okay, first, let's recall the meaning of ecosystem. An ecosystem contains a community of living organisms, of living things, ataupun kita panggil sebagai biotic component and also the abiotic component. Jadi ekosistem itu sebenarnya boleh berubah-ubah. It can change. It might be due to natural phenomena such as volcano eruption, earthquakes, droughts, and also human activities. Okay, human activities seperti inilah perlombongan. So all these may cause the organisms to die, to migrate to other places, and hence we say the ecosystem itu sudah mula berubah. Okay, however, after a long period of time, this deserted place starts to have inhabitants. Maksudnya sudah ada penghuni. Okay, selepas satu ekosistem itu adalah bare, we say the bare ground. Okay, after a long time, bila dia sudah mula ada inhabitants, the inhabitants itu mula-mula yang datang koloni tempat itu, we call them as the pioneer species ataupun golongan perintis. Apa dia pioneer species? A species that begins to colonize an area where there are no other living things. Okay, let's look at the definition of colonization. Plants starts to conquer. Conquer dia menguasai sesuatu tempat, especially the one without inhabitants. So we say plants start to conquer an uninhabited area. Lepas tu dia start breeding, iaitu membiak, and to form colonies. Okay, sebab tu kita panggil colonization happens. Colonies, dia bentuk koloni pada sesuatu area itu. Colonization. Okay, initially it's a new habitat which is empty and also an exposed ground, bare ground lah, kawasan kosong itu. Okay, lepas tu ada pioneer species datang kan to colonize the place. Pioneer organisms from the surroundings disperse onto the ground and starts to breed, to conquer the place, to breed, to form colonies. Okay, apa itu succession pula? Okay, this one refers to a few species of dominant plants in the habitat that are gradually being replaced by successor. Okay, successor species. Successor species. Mereka replace the successor species itu apabila dia mengambil alih slowly, taking over the place of the pioneer species ataupun the dominant plants. Pada masa itu kita panggil succession is already taking place. Okay, the pioneer species gradually being replaced by successor species. Okay, successor dalam bahasa Melayu, species, penyesar. Okay, penyesar, dia sudah ada proses penyesaran. Okay, look here from background, new habitat, and then colonization takes place. That's the pioneer organism. Lepas tu ada successor species replacing pioneer species. Di sini, secara perlahan-lahan ini, proses ini mengambil masa yang lama, many years. Until eventually, over the time, over the years, reaching a climax community. Okay, so what is colonization and succession? Dia merujuk kepada a series of changes in the composition of a community over a period of time, yang kita panggil sebagai ecological succession. Okay, so in this process, kita ada organisma kan? Organisms is actually modifying the environment, mengubah sesuatu persekitaran sehingga persekitaran itu menjadi sesuai for other species to come in, to replace them. This entire process ini. Daripada colonization kepada succession. The process repeats and species diversity progressively increases. Okay, semakin banyak diversity of the species sehinggalah a climax community is reached. That's the story of colonization and succession. Now let's look at colonization and succession here of a mangrove area. Okay, in the previous lesson we talked about mangrove ecosystem. So in this video kita akan lihat sebenarnya proses colonization and succession that happens in this ecosystem. Jadi di sini kita bahagikan kepada coastal zone, which is the area most exposed to big waves. Remember the mangrove swamps is actually the place, the estuaries itu where the fresh water meets the salt water. Kan? So coastal zone ini is the most exposed to big waves lah, high tide. Dia boleh sampai setinggi ini, dia punya the level of the tide if it is low tide at this region. Okay, kemudian kita ada middle zone which is situated along the river and it is closer to the estuaries. Okay, dan juga kita ada inland zone which is situated further, lebih masuk kepada daratan. This one is more prone to kawasan water component. This one lebih kepada darat. Okay, this zone. Okay, kita lihat apakah spesies-spesies tersebut. Okay, let's start with the coastal zone. Okay, this zone is dominated by Pinus species lah. Saat kita ikut gambar tadi, begini dia punya cerita kan. Okay, so this zone is dominated by Pinus species yang kita panggil sebagai Avicennia species. Okay, satu lagi adalah Soneraceae species. Okay, ada dia punya the common name api-api tree and also mangrove apple. So these two kita panggil mereka sebagai golongan perintis. So what's so special about them that enables them to colonize this place is that their root system. Akar itu sangat penting itu. Okay, so it's an enlarged root systems yang ada apa? In the previous lessons, we talk about these two species having pneumatophores and that's the breeding roots. Okay, bukan itu sahaja. This enlarged root systems is going to help the tree to trap mud and also organic substances which are brought by the high tides. Can you imagine that dia punya root system itu is very enlarged, very established. Okay, just want to show you the picture of the Avicennia dan juga ini. Kamu boleh bayangkan banyak-banyak Soneraceae ini pun Pinus species. The other one is Avicennia right here. Can you see? Sangat ekstensif punya root system. Very enlarged root system. So imagine kalau masa ada air pasang surut itu, it's gonna trap a lot of this mud. Trapping of the mud happens. Okay, balik kepada gambar ini. This one. So mud accumulation slowly begins. Dan lama-kelamaan what happen is that the soil, dia punya texture pun starts to change. It becomes higher and denser, lebih compact, lebih solid. Initially, without the Pinus species, memang very muddy, very soft, the soil. But now it's getting harder, compact, solid. Sehinggalah kawasan ini sudah dimodifikasikan oleh dua golongan perintis ini, the Pinus species, coastal zone. Sehinggalah tempat ini kurang sesuai untuk mereka sendiri, but then it's going to be succeeded by the successor species, yaitu Rhizophora species. It's going to succeed Avicennia species, Soneraceae species, replacing them. The successor species replacing the Pinus species. Okay, so kita masuk kepada middle zone, which is situated along the river. It's closer to the pertembungan, the fresh water and the salt water. Rhizophora species lah itu. Okay, mereka adalah bakau minyak tree that have tangled prop roots. I think that's highlighted. Kita highlight benda yang ni. Okay, pneumatophore. Okay, kemudian this one, prop roots. Okay, so prop roots ini, masih ingat akar jangkang ini, trapping twigs, mud, which are washed away and block the flow of water. And what happened to the trapped mud, it's going to cause more sedimentation. Sebenarnya di sini pun berlaku sedimentasi, tapi di sini is even greater. Maka the river bank, tebing sungai, tebing, this one lah ya, tebing kawasan darat itu, kawasan soil is now higher. Tebing lebih tinggi, drier, lebih kering, because you see it's further in. Masuk kawasan inland seterusnya. Higher, drier, the soil macam mana? The soil is more compact. Sebab banyak sedimentation. Therefore, it is less suitable for the growth of Rhizophora itself. Instead, another successor species yang looks like more suitable, ada having more suitable adaptive features is going to replace Rhizophora punya tempat. So another successor species itu adalah Bruguera species. Bruguera species yang masuk kepada inland zone seterusnya, which is further into the land. Where the soil, kamu nampak perubahan pada dia punya tanah itu, from very muddy, very soft, becoming harder, compact. Okay, becomes higher and only flows with seawater. Okay, bila masa ada high tides sahaja. So, Bruguera species ini namanya tumu merah tree ya, having buttress root. Okay, take note, this one is pneumatophore, this one is prop roots, the other one is buttress roots, akar banir to trap more mud and silt. Okay, banyak lumpur yang semakin banyak dia trapped. Sedimentation happens, memang dia ongoing. It's going to form a new swamp that projects out towards the sea. And the one-time shore gets further away from the sea and the ground changes into, I'm going to highlight this, changes into a land, which is now more suitable for land trees. Siapa yang sesuai tinggal di sana sekarang? Pokok-pokok daratan, terrestrial, Nipa fructicans, pandanus species, pokok pandan. Okay, pokok pandan ni ada banyak spesies, so they're talking about the name of the genus. It's going to succeed over the place of Bruguera. Then that's the story of colonization and succession of a mangrove area. Ini dia. Okay, kita ada ni. Let's take this one. The muddy bank. Mula-mula ini kan. Okay, and then this is the pioneer species. Lepas tu kita ada successor. Masing-masing ada dia punya adaptasi. Buttress roots, Bruguera. Okay, so colonization and succession occur and this condition becomes more suitable for the successors, which are masa itu adalah dominant species lah. They appear to be more adaptive to the environment and therefore able to survive that place. Okay, another picture to show the distribution of different mangrove species at the mouth of the river. Kita nampak di sini golongan perintis, Avicennia species, Soneraceae species. Kemudian kita ada Rhizophora, successor species, Bruguera taking place, and then we have the land plants. Alright, so let's look at the importance very quickly on the importance of the mangrove ecosystem protection zone, where the mangrove forest has already become a natural barrier to lessen the impact of strong waves. Okay, natural barrier itu. Macam mana itu berlaku? It's like the coastal protection, coastal protection. Slows down the waves action and it's going to hold the sediments together. Okay, fishery resources, dia sudah menjadi tempat ataupun sumber resources for humans, for the many resources for the people to survive. Okay, sebab dia ada banyak sea products. Okay, fish rearing. Okay, fishery resources, forestry resources, where kita ada dia punya the woods. Okay, sumber-sumber kayu-kayu, food and medicine resources. Okay, ada contoh yang diberi. Fruit can be consumed as vegetables. The fruit of the Avicennia species, the Soneraceae species, the Nipa species, the bark of the Bruguiera species to treat diarrhea. Jadi ini adalah contoh-contoh. So that's it on the ecosystem, the colonization and succession of a mangrove swamps, dan juga sedikit sebanyak berkaitan dengan the importance of the mangrove ecosystem.